Hey, what's up guys, Shobit here. Today I'm going to show you something which is really interesting for you guys, because today I'm going to show the car which changed Indian automobile history, and that is the Maruti Suzuki 800. And back in 1983, this car when launched had a price tag of 48,000 rupees, and many people were ready to even shell out 1 lakh to buy this car. This car is the changer of Indian automobile history because this car has a front wheel drive rather than the rear wheel drive in most of the cars of that time, because this was the first front wheel drive car in India. And back in that time the cars were Condesa and Maruti, and the Ambassador and all. But now they have the 800, so 800 sold like hotcakes. And though this car has a speedometer marking of 140 kilometers per hour, this car went up to 144 kilometers per hour, and that is pretty weird thing to have on a car. And the first owner, Mr. Haripal Singh, who received the key from Indira Gandhi, had never changed the car because he loved the car very much. He never upgraded. And this car is one of the most stolen car from Pakistan, and as per the Pakistan's reports, says that the white color car is most prone to these thefts. And the next thing is that this car always has something which is great, because this was the car of first car of most of celebrities like Sachin Tendulkar, Shah Rukh Khan and all. Actually, Sachin Tendulkar wants to reveal that this car, for buying this car, he saved for years. He saved money for years to buy a car. And Shah Rukh Khan, the car wasn't available at Bombay. The Shah Rukh Khan brought the car from Delhi and drive down to Mumbai. So that is really amazing. And finally, since the Alto was not selling as good as 800, the 800's production was stopped, and Maruti took up the production of Alto. So that's how the history of this car goes. So let's see around that car. So now I'm going to show you around this car, and this is the third generation of Maruti Suzuki 800. I tried my level best to get the first generation, but I wasn't able to do that because no first generation Maruti Suzuki 800 survived this much time, so I wasn't able to get that. And let me show you all around this car. Here it is, and this is a photo car, and you got to put the key to open the fuel lid. No remote trunk, the fuel lid release, and you got to put the key to unlock the boot as well. No remote boot lid release as well. I'm just open it, and the sound is really, as you can see, this car has a top speed of 140 kilometers per hour, but this thing goes faster than that. It goes to 144 kilometers per hour. That is the speedometer can come over here. So that is kind of weird, right? You can find such a speed limit in no other car than the Maruti Suzuki 800. Imagine which car is more practical than this Maruti Suzuki 800. You have a coin holder to pay for the toll booths. You have a magnetic cassette holder, because this car was of late 90s and 2000s, and that was a time when cassette players were common in India. And you have a holder which keeps 6 cassette player here, and this is an aftermarket DVD player which the owner of this car put after later. And you have an ashtray over here that makes weird squeaky noises, and you have a storage space over there, and one over here which pushes to open, but something went wrong with that and it still works. Stays there. And you have a small place here to put something on, and that looks nice because you can put something on there which nobody else other than the driver want to have access on, maybe something like the toll pass or something. And this car has more places for switches than actually the number of switches. Look at that. Here you got a switch place for a switch. Here one, here one, here, here, and again here, and somewhere over there, here again, and here again. But if you count the whole number of switches on this car, it will be less than this. And here there's a small provision for putting a accessory socket over here, but you don't have an accessory socket. Why? The air con vents of this car were well ahead of its time. So you can see, you can open it, close it, open it, close it, open it, close it, open it, turn it around. You can see something is turning around there. Again, close it, open it. Nice. Since being a carburetor car, this thing also has a choke put onto this side. Yeah, here's a choke. This is a choke actually, and yeah, you have seat belts. Yeah, but it comes with a 4-speed manual transmission. Actually, newer models have 5-speed, but for 90s or to early 2000s, 4-speed was enough, right? Enough. And you can see the badging of Marudis on the steering column is written in Devanagari script, which is actually Hindi script. And this is a horn button, so we can press this thing down. But actually, you can't blow horn without starting the car. Why? And here is the windshield washer wiper settings. Just turn it around, and here you have the headlight and other lighting controls over here. You have accelerator, brake, clutch as normal, and that's the only thing which you can find in this car in the front seat. Now let's go to the back seat, and yeah, let me tell you some more thing. This has a really enough for reference. My height is 5'10", and the legroom for me is almost enough. It does the job. I don't find it difficult to get in or out of the car. Look at that. It's fine for me. So let's go to the back of the car. And in this car we have in the rear also we have pretty generous headroom, since the car's roof is almost flat. The headroom is also great here, but the legroom over here is not that great because this car, see how poor the legroom is. Still, it's okay for normal persons, but if you are exceptionally tall, no way. But you don't have much luxuries at the back. You don't even have a retractable headrest. You have an ashtray. This thing was an ashtray some years before, but now it's what, nothing. And you gotta wind this glass up and down. No power windows, So the maximum luxury you could get in this car was an air conditioner. That's it. Let me open the hood of the car so that you can see what's in there. Let me open the hood. And this is the mighty 800cc engine you got in this car, and you can see that maybe the air filter, and that looks nice, right? And let me close the hood now, and I will show you the engine out.